Osito Okechukwu, by the way, is also the director of Voice of Nigeria. He's the DG Voice of Nigeria. I just wanted to point that out. And I have always questioned, why is this man the one, running the affairs of this particular space? However, let's leave that one, his professional side on one side. Talk about his role in APC as a stakeholder. Why do you think he is singling out Atiku Abubakar? Why do you think he is stirring the hornets with these statements? What do you think the intendment of this could be?
I would want to clearly, first and foremost, state that I really do not like talking about persons, but when people talk about people, you don't have an option but talk about them as well. Now, Osito Okechukwu is the DG of the Voice of Nigeria, and we cannot take it away from him that, like he clearly stated, is not my statement, that he's a Buharist. And I keep asking, to what end is the applaudable defense that you are a Buharist is? You're supposed to be, at this point in time, a shameful, mature person, knowing fully well that whoever you've called your father or whoever you've called your mentor has become an humongous failure that will never be forgotten in the annals of history in respect of managing the affairs of Nigeria. That being said, I want to believe that Okechukwu's interview is as a result, for me, it's just a diversionary measure by the ruling party just to take off the minds of Nigerians from a possibly pain that the Nigerian people are already feeling from the rulings of the Presidential Election and Petition Court. It is painful and pitiable that we want to forget in so quickly. And I would like to equally bring to our minds a reminder of what transpired before the elections and before even the emergence. Everybody who knows understands that they know where we stood for, but because of doing our job, we have decided to be fair analysts that we'll do our best to be as unbiased as we can. However, the human freight is, the truth cannot be overemphasized. One thing we must all remember is the fact that before Atiku Abubakar talked about becoming president of this country in 2023, he came up on the platform of the fact that the North needed to salvage what the Buhari administration had already done. They needed a face to say, oh, we are sorry for the many things that have been done wrongly. However weak the reasons might be, he went on to equally make his statement very clear. If this presidency from the opposition party, which was the PDP, was not going to be zoned to the southeast, then I would be on the ballot. If it was going to be on a zonal pedestal where it's on a south and a north-south arrangement, then I would respect it only when the zoning structure. Do not forget, when it comes to the south, President Olusegun Obasanjo had represented the west. When it comes to the north, you have had a Yar'Adua represented the north. When you came back to the south, you have had a Goodluck Jonathan represent the south in the cause of the south-south. The only part of the south that has not clinched to power is the southeast. And upon this note, he clearly made it very obvious that if the southeast was not going to be the ones to be the ones to be flying the party's flag, then if it's going to open to the entire south, knowing fully well that there's some people who were already grandstanding and showing some funny characters that Atiku Abubakar believed if everything is left on the open, these persons might wriggle their ways through, and at the end of the day, the party will still go out there and possibly fail, or possibly feel the worst system for the party. That was Atiku Abubakar's stance. And let us not forget, I take exception, and I want to be personal about the wicked masquerade that the DG of Von pointed out, in person of Osito Okechukwu. The wicked masquerade that the DG pointed out, let him, in his age and sincerity of purpose, I think a lot of politicians and a lot of Nigerians believe, a lot of people believe life starts and ends with them, or life starts and ends here. But I do not believe in that light, and that is the reason why I always believe that posterity will be everyone's judge. What was the electionary process like in Rivers State? The fact that we have received the judgment, which we cannot start coming to poke on public space, how painful and pitiable it is, the truth cannot be overemphasized. What was the electionary process in Rivers State? A state where we saw people beat the drums of war, let people understand if you're not voting a particular person, don't come outside. And even when the people came out to do their votings in the direction that they went, what happened to the videos of chairmen that ran amok the stage, or the places, or the polling units, where people were, voters, ballot papers were turned and the voting centers were scattered? What happened to all of that? What happened to the impostors that came out to become INEC Rex that are yet to be founded or to be noticed up until date? Like we said, the Electoral Petition Tribunal has its reasons, has its technicalities of making its judgment. Which the Nigerian people are not fools. We are only hoping and praying that in the long run, there's a magic wand, both from the supernatural and from the men that by one reason or the other are already opportune to be in these offices. Hence, we cannot come out to start looking at, trying to cast chase shadows when we know the real issues. The real issues of beliefs to the Nigerian people believes that so much has transpired. They are hurting, and I feel this diversionary measure is not good enough. Secondly, the personality that is coming out with this diversionary measure poked himself every day like he has always done, coming out to tell the world that he's a Buharist. To what end? How perfect and how well is Buhari as a person? How well has he functioned as a president or as a leader? So whether we like it or yes, failure has already brewed around what we have seen already, and it's a pitiable situation, and I feel this diversionary measure isn't good enough for the Nigerian people.
Why he's also on being a Buharist and congratulating President Tinubu. I also like Nigerians to know that that man is the DG voice of Nigeria.